Sai Ram. It pronounced the lotus feet of our Bhagavan. Dear friends, welcome you all to this morning session. Thanks Swami for making it possible to meet. I'm just reminded of a small anecdote mentioned by Swami in one of his discourses. It seems an young man who was away from home for a long time on some foreign assignment, returned after a long time. The father was very happy on coming to know that son is back to see them, received him at the airport and told his son, "Sonny, we have our family deity here. Why don't we go to the temple first, pay our respects and go home straight from there?" The boy said, "Yes, Dad, why not?" So accompanied by father, the boy goes to the temple of the family deity. Instead of doing namaskar, that fellow stretched his hand straight and said, "Hello madam, how are you doing?" It is the statue of Devi, goddess. "Hello madam, how are you doing?" This is mentioned by Bhagavan to show how our civilization made us today. And he also mentioned another example. It seems a fellow purchased some article for just 1 rupee. To carry this, he employs a porter for 5 rupees. Its price is 1 rupee. To carry it, he employs a porter or a servant, paying 5 rupees. Why? That is the modern life. These are the two examples mentioned by Bhagavan, which clearly shows the modern civilization. What is civilization? Who is a civilized man? We do not know. But actually, when once we come very close to civilized class of people, what do we find? They are very clever people. Clever meaning they can manage to defend themselves although they are wrong. Civilization. They are very cunning people in the sense they can make you also follow their way of life. They are highly calculative to what extent they are benefited. In other words, civilization as we find today is just cunning, cleverness and calculatedness, selfishness. We cannot go by facial expression. They may say, "Hello, how are you?" They may not mean anything. "Very glad to see you." We know they are not glad to meet me. Towards then say, "Oh, see you later." They never wish to meet us any time. This is all civilization. In other words, it is all fake. Fake. A pseudo coin, fake coins, false, hypocrisy, superficial. That's what we find the civilized class of society today. That's what we call it. civilization. Unfortunately, it's not. We have plastic smiles. People simply smile. Why? We do not know. They don't mean also. Plastic smiles, artificial life, with all the anger within that might burst like volcano at any time, still manage to say, how are you? This is what civilization is. With all the animosities, we expose the falsity. The outer expression means nothing from what is there in depth. All go by the name civilization. On analysis, we will also understand civilization has made us completely far, far away from our primordial quality of a child, innocence. Innocence is the quality of a child. That's why Jesus Christ says, one should be like a child to enter into the gates of heaven. Innocence. But we go from innocence to ignorance. From the innocence of a child, in the name of civilization, we move to the position of adulthood, of ignorance. That's what civilization, as you look at it. I can also tell you, the modern civilization also has cut off our links with the true self. What I am at the center, what I am in the very being, cut off from innocence, cut off from the self, cut off from the reality. Everything seems to be artificial, pretentious, all go in the name of civilization. The individuality is gone. Why? I can't differ from you openly. Supposing it is wrong. I cannot say, you are wrong, sir. Yes. Civilization. So-and-so is stupid. All of us know he is stupid. You are stupid to say yes to both. There cannot be light and dark at the same time. So in the name of civilization, we are cut off from the true self, from the reality, from our true identity, from our very soul, we are cut off. In other words, we have become excellent pretenders, dramatists, wearing a mask, not showing the real reality. Because we cannot say whether other man agrees with you or not. Yeah. What does it mean? Therefore, my friends, let us try to understand the so-called civilization, what it is, what harm has it done, and how we go about it. Calling ourselves modern, certainly not. So what is to be done is, what is to be coveted, what is to be cherished, what is to be desired is not civilization, but culture. We need culture. We need cultured people, not simply civilized people. Civilization is just outer personality. Culture is inner individuality. The outer personality, civilization, changes from time to time. Some people would like to have hair here. Some people would like to have hair only at the center. Civilization. No. I met one person with the hair like a needle. So this is all outer show. I am not saying wrong, I am not judging. I am just telling the reality. The civilization is outer countenance, is just the outer appearance that changes from time to time. But you are not real to yourself in the name of civilization. I don't stand for truth because I want to oblige everybody. You are right, you are also right. You are totally wrong by saying so. Civilization, etiquette, manners, these are polished words to be away from the reality. But culture is not like that. Culture stands for individuality, not personality. Culture wants us to live for values, not for appreciation for everything from anybody. You cannot say Gandhi is a great man. The man who killed him, God say, is a great man. You're worst man then. How can both be great? Gandhi is a great man and God says is also a great man. You want to win the favor of both the fellows? We are wrong. Therefore, culture wants us to stand for certain values, individuality. I believe in that. I stand for that. That we should be able to have guts to say. And the culture will make our life so innocent like a child, a clean slate without any prejudice or bias or preconceived notions. For out of that childish innocence, a cultured man grows. Out of that innocence, a cultured man flowers, blossoms, leading to fruition. So, culture develops from innocence. Civilization is the outcome of ignorance. Civilization is outer, while culture is the inner. I gave example that what Swami has given. Then what? True culture will come out of meditation. True culture will come out of only meditation. Why? It wants us to go within. It is only in meditation we can reflect, we can concentrate, we can focus our attention, the self, and then we can stand for values. Then we can afford to be very plain, very frank, fearless, open, standing for values, not trying to woo the favor of everybody. It's not so. True culture is born out of meditation. Then we may say, yes, what for is this education? Won't education make you a civilized man? Does not education help you to be civilized? No. Why? What kind of education we have? Teaching, teaching and teaching and teaching. Listening and listening, vomiting. He teaches, he listens, writes back, finish. It is only transference, shift of information from one to the other. It cannot be education. Something like you will have your CD, copy it into another CD. That's it. I speak and you listen and you write in the examination, finish. It is not that. Education as we find today is not true education. It is not transference of information. True education is transformation and not transference of information. Transference of information is bookish knowledge. It is superficial knowledge. At the most it might help you to be a civilized man, but it will never make you a cultured man. Education will not help you to be cultured if it is merely a matter of transference of information. But if it is transformation, While transference of information head to head, transformation in the heart. Transformation level, the center of transformation is the heart. When one's heart pulsates, radiates, responds, well, you are a cultured man. So, true education is from within, not from outside. That's why Bhagavan started Educare. Educare is the one that Bhagavan started in the recent years, which is gaining momentum, which is going in a big way in several countries abroad. Educare. That which is within and that which is latent, immanent, hidden within you is brought out, allowed to grow further and further. That's what it is. Educare comes out of the center of your being, while education comes out of the periphery. Peripheral is education, central is educare. That which is from the center of your being, that's what educare is, that Bhagavan is trying to bring a change, a paradigm shift in our education system today. I can also tell you, as Bhagavan says, educare, education will help you to know the secret of happiness within yourself. But modern education is not like that. The modern education will help me to seek happiness in a luxurious life, 7-star superstar hotel, or what I call a banquet. All luxuries, extravaganza, show, pomp. Well, that satisfies me. But education is not like that. Education wants you to taste the happiness within you. Bhagavan gives one example. Musk deer. Musk deer is the deer that has musk. The fragrance, the aroma, the smell lying in its navel. The deer thinks that smell is coming from outside. It goes on running, gets exhausted. Finally, deer lies down. As it lies down, the nose touches the navel. It will understand the smell is there, not outside. This is the example that Bhagavan repeatedly gives us. To understand and to realize that the happiness is within you, not from outside, not because of comfort, not because of luxurious house, not because of prestigious position or a big bank account. No, sir. That's all education and civilization. But culture which is inner, which is value-based, proceeding from the center of your being, well, wants you to find happiness within yourself. Then what is education? What is educare? Educare is awareness. Educare is alertness. Education is wakefulness. Education is attentiveness. To be attentive, to be alert, to be aware is what education meant for. Not to simply listen and get things by heart and think that one is a master of one subject or other. Is not so. The concept of education as given by Bhagavan is different from what it is being today. Why I brought this education for my talk this morning is this. We think education will make a man civilized. If really education makes a man civilized, why should he be cunning? Why should he be manipulating? Why should he conspire against anybody? Why should he be hypocritic? Why should he be superficial? Educare makes you cultured, education makes you civilized. Educare is value-based, while education is job-based, need-based. Education is peripheral, while educare is central. Will make you a cultured man. But then one might feel, yes, I'm not successful. Some people may feel I'm not successful. I'm a failure. One person may feel I'm highly successful. Both are equally wrong. Why? You may think you are successful now in the morning. By the evening, utter failure. Success is not guaranteed throughout the day. Success is not assured throughout your life. Success is not a guarantee. So in that way, we live in a myth, imagination, hallucination that we are successful. We are not. Why? Ask everybody, are you satisfied? Even if you ask the Prime Minister, are you satisfied? No, I am yet to achieve certain things. I wanted to do certain things, I could not. Ask the President Obama, who will be stepping down very soon. Have you accomplished what you wanted to, Mr. President? No, I wanted to do some more things, I could not. In other words, there is no saturation point. There is no end. Nothing like that. Because, why? Why are we failures? Any fellow, he may be millionaire, I'm a failure because of this. And you are in a high position, yet I am a failure. Because I wanted to do so many things, I could not. 3 desires may be fulfilled, 2 are left over, so he is not complete. Therefore, my friends, success is not there. Failure is certain. Success is uncertain, failure is certain. Why? Why? It is so. Because success is not there in the very nature. Why? 2 things will never make me feel successful totally. What are they? Thought and desire. So long there is thought and desire, you'll never be successful. Why? Thoughts are many. Thoughts are deviated. Thoughts have no limit. Thoughts will make you restless. Thoughts will make you feel sublime. Thoughts will make you feel frustrated, depressed, lost. Desire go on getting multiplied endlessly. If anyone says, I am free from my thought and desire, bogus number 1. I am not prepared to hear him. Because if he is really thoughtless, you would not say, I have no thought. If the very thought to tell you that you have no thought is a thought again. If anyone says, I have no desire, the desire to say you have no desire is a desire again. The life should show. Your life should show that you are beyond the thought and beyond the desire. Therefore, my friends, success is only a passing cloud. Why? Momentary, ephemeral, transient, imaginary, sentient. It is not guaranteed. But then you find again, as usual, failure. So life is not a guaranteed success because of thought and desire. Failure is certain. But we don't keep quiet, we begin to analyze. He is successful, I am not successful as that man. He is more successful, I am not. We go on analyzing for our failure, forgetting that failure is certain. Failure is sure because there is desire. A man of desires is never successful. A man of thought is never successful. So if he says, well, I'm successful because I got a cup of coffee, very good. By the evening you don't get, you are a failure. Right? Therefore, success is just imaginary. Failure, it is there. Why failure? Because success is not possible. Since success is not possible, failure is always there. Why again? Because of thought and desire. Let us analyze things. Let's understand our lifestyle, the dynamics of human life, how it has been going on. Then we begin to analyze, rationalize reasons for my failure. Why I failed? Because I am slow, not as fast as the other man. Well, I'm not aggressive like the other man. I lack that competitive spirit while the other man has. I'm rather lazy and lethargic, not active as the other man. I'm not violent. These are the pleas, these are the excuses that we have to say that we are a failure. We need not show these excuses. You may be aggressive, but yet you will be a failure. You may be competitive, you will be a failure. You may be violent, you will be a failure. Because the thought and desire. Therefore, failure is the only possibility, so long there is desire. And then, my friends, here I can tell you, we project, the mind projects. The projection of the mind, meaning, I'm this, I'm that. You are not that what you think. You may think you are an intellectual, you are not. You may think that you are a man of authority, certainly not. So all the thought is a mental projection, and that projection is a bondage. All mental projections lead you to bondage. Because when you think you are a great man, you have to behave in a great way, giving enough of entertainment to others. They know you are not great and you behave as if you are great. You behave, you are intellectual and you are not. So bondage will make you act, pretend. We become finally objects of mockery to everybody. Therefore, my friends, mental projections, meaning self-image or imagination of one's own personality. I think of myself this and that and this. What we are not actually speaking. What I have been sharing with you till now are our common experiences. All of us experience it. But pity is we don't learn. We don't learn. When once we learn out of these experiences that failure is expected, success is a passing cloud, that I have got many, many desires that will never be fulfilled, the thoughts will never leave me, I am in bondage because of my own mental projection. We learn after that experience, then you are a Buddha. Buddha learns out of experience. Buddha will never learn out of his experience. He will never learn in spite of aging. In spite of aging, they will never learn out of their experience. Therefore, this kind of closer observation of the reality of our life, what is truth, what it is, naked truth, it will help us to be alert, attentive and aware. We have got to be alert, attentive and aware by observing our life in close proximity, face to face. That's the reason why some people say, look at the mirror continually for a long time. Then you will understand you are not that handsome as you think to be. You are not that good as you want to be. self-examination, self-evaluation. And then I will also tell you, this alertness, what it is, will make you free from the world. Free from the world. People think to be free from the world is to run away from the world. It is totally wrong. Running away from the world is not freedom from the world. Freedom from the world actually means to be wakeful, to be alert, to be aware of the dynamics of life, of the reality of life, realizing the truth of life. That's what it is. After all, somebody said this in a beautiful way. What is the world? World is the projection of the mind. The whole world is the projection of the mind. Mind you, my friends, these are all taken from Baba's discourses. If you want some stories, some experiences, there are many people who are ready to talk about it. I am here to talk about the experiencer, not experiences. Let us go deep, let us go into the depth of Swami message to collect those precious gems and pearls lying over there. World is the creation of the mind. It is the mind that creates the world. Yes. How do you say that? To a madman, there is no world. To a child, there is no world. To an intoxicated man, fully drunk, there is no world. World is a projection of the mind. And the body is a mirage or a rainbow. Body is a rainbow, oh, so beautiful. Will it last long? No. Is rainbow true? No. Is mirage true? No. It is again temporary, ephemeral. Therefore, the truth of it is to take the world as a reality. To consider the world true is a myth. It is a projection of the mind as per Shankara's Advaita philosophy. As per Shankara's Advaitic philosophy, Jagan Mithya, the world is false. Why? Because it is the projection of the mind. Therefore, okay, now when thoughts disappear, when desires disappear, what remains there? There are no thoughts now. There are no desires now. What is there? That awareness, that eternal witness, the Supreme Self, the non-dual consciousness remains. You remain as a witness, as a consciousness. When once the thought and desire enter, you are away from the center. You are away from the center because thought and desire. Alertness and consciousness. That consciousness, that Supreme Self is the real freedom. Is the real freedom. Because physically freedom is not possible. Why? You want to see that, you want to see that, you want to hear it, you don't want to hear it. You want to taste it, you don't want to taste it. So body has got demands. So physically you are not free. Freedom is not ensured at the physical level because it has got its own needs. Mentally you are never free. Why? Because it's a market. Mind is a market, supermarket, a mall full of people, full of thoughts. So this kind of freedom is possible only in alertness, in awareness, in experiencing that consciousness, the witness, the eternal self. I can tell you that it is only in this awareness vision develops. You develop vision out of awareness. And out of alertness, by being alert, you are free from the world. That's what true freedom is. But my friends, we don't want these things. Because the outer things will give you a lot of happiness, which is all hallucination, which is all imagination, that's all. Baba said repeatedly, you are saying that you are happy with me, you are happy with me, I gave you that, I gave you that. If you say Swami has given that, he has given me other also. I was talking to my friends yesterday. Birth is as much a miracle as death. Getting a seat in the medical college is as much a miracle as not getting a seat. Both are miracles. Therefore, my friends, to take divine, one-sided, all that happens for my good is divine. No, you are in deep wine, not divine. Unless you understand both are divine, good and bad. Something like this fell. This side good, this side bad. Come on, separate. Not possible. Good and bad are the two sides of the coin, inseparable, together. That's what awareness is. It is only out of that awareness, it is out of that alertness we'll be free from the world. Out of that, not the outer things. Outer things may give you happiness, but not the bliss. Happiness from the outer things, bliss from alertness or awareness from the center of knowing the Supreme Self. That's what it is. But why not animals enjoy this? Why not animals be in bliss? Animals are not in bliss. Why? They are not free to think. They are not free to think. Lion is bound to be a non-vegetarian. You cannot ask lion to go to South Indian canteen and have some sambar and rasam. Impossible. So their life is designed, the pattern is designed, destined, ordained, programmed. Therefore, animals have no experience of bliss. Animal does not know that it is an animal. But man knows that he is a man, but behaves like an animal. That is the tragedy. Man knows that he is a man, but behaves like an animal. That's the reason why Swami introduced education in human values. Animals don't need education in animal values. They follow animal values strictly. Trees don't need any values. No, training in tree values, not necessarily. They behave like that. But human beings, tuck. Man in the morning and animal in the afternoon, demon by night. So he needs to be educated. Education in human values. Now, my friends, there are two aspects here which I want to draw your attention. Certain of the ideas that Swami say are quite novel. They will ignite that. Nobody ever said this. That feeling you will get it. Provided we want that. As Baba said, fish market is very busy, but not jewelry shops. Jewelry shops, you may have one or two customers. Fish market, Abba, very busy. So stories, experiences, Lord. But jewels, precious jewels message, nobody ever said it. That is what precious jewel of Baba's message. Wonderful things he said. In the Holy Bible it is said, seek, you shall find. Knock, it shall be opened. That's said in Holy Bible, right? But see how he presents. Supposing I say, seek the air, you will find. What do you say? Seek the air, you will find. No, it is everywhere. Why should I seek? It is everywhere. That air is within you. What is the question of seeking? Knock, it shall be opened. When the door is bolted, you need to knock. There is no door at all. There is no door and no bolt there. You don't need to knock. Therefore, God, who is present everywhere, all over, does not need to be sought after. You don't need to seek Him, as He is everywhere. So what do we want to do? We want to seek Him. Therefore, we will never find Him. We will never find Him. That's why people say, well, I had been to Kanyakumari. Very good. Oh, I had been to Gangotri, Manasa Gangotri. Please go again. I had been to Kashmir. Good. Pleasure trips. But if we say, I have gone there to see God, it means that God is not here. No. I wanted to see Himalayas, therefore I have gone there. I wanted to see the beauty of Kashmir, I have gone there. But don't say I have gone there to see God. It is utterly wrong. Why? He is everywhere. So, seeking God is a meaningless thing when He is everywhere. So, seeking lies in non-seeking. What should you seek? Don't seek. Something like Ramana Maharshi said, oh Bhagavan, what should I do? He said, don't do. What? Yes, don't do. Why? Whatever you want to do is promoted by thought. God is beyond thought. I do this, it is my thought. So all thought-prompted actions, including japa, tapa, everything, thought-prompted activity is not totally spiritual. Because divine is beyond the mind. All that you do with this instrument of the mind is not spiritual. Therefore, my friends, seeking lies in not seeking. We don't have to knock because there is no door. It is never bolted any time. When that is eternal, that is everywhere, we don't need to worry about it any time. Just for a while, for a moment, let us understand where we are. Two are very important to every one of us, the body and the mind. Baba says you are not the body, you are not the mind. Any buffalo can quote it. But the fellows should understand what he meant. What Baba meant, when you are not the body, what does he mean? When you are not the mind, what does he mean? What is the difference between body and the mind? Sorry, you are not the body. Don't quote like a parrot. Don't quote like a parrot. Explore, investigate, experience and enjoy. Explore, experience and enjoy. Therefore, body and the mind are the two essential things that control the human life. Body I see, weight, height, chest, pulse rate, blood pressure, body. Body is concrete. Concrete as you see, very clear. Mind, where is it? Never mind. Where is the mind? Never mind. No. Mind is abstract. Mind is abstract, while body is concrete. Mind is, the body is grass body, grass, clear, while mind is subtle. Mind is subtle, while the body is grass. Body is matter, while mind is the thought. Mind is the thought, while the body is matter. But now, my friends, the body and the mind both are clouds. That's what Baba says, you are not the body, you are the mind, you are not the mind. No cloud is permanent. No cloud. What is permanent? Sky is permanent. Sky is the permanent, not the clouds. Body is the cloud, mind is the cloud, but you are not the cloud. You are not the body, you are the mind. You are that cloud, eternal, clear, immortal, blemishless, non-dual. That non-dual, blemishless, eternal, blissful sky consciousness you are, and not the cloud, the body and the mind. That's what Swami emphatically says. All right, I know all that. Some people say, I know. What do you know? You don't know. The pity of it is, we don't know that we do not know. We should know that we don't know completely. All right, I know. Okay, I know that I'm a witness. You should also have compassion. Witness and this kind of awareness also should be clubbed with compassion. Awareness plus compassion, both are necessary. But compassion today has become fashion. It is not fashion, it's compassion. Compassion, spontaneous, to be helpful to others, to be serviceable to others, to respond to other needs, to be receptive to others' problems. That rise to the occasion is expression of compassion. So with mere awareness you are indifferent. With mere awareness you are indifferent. But with compassion, well, you are total. Only compassion without awareness is dangerous. Mere compassion without awareness is dangerous. Why? Simple example. I see a patient. Oh yeah, I pity him. Out of compassion, I supply him a box of sweets. But that fellow is diabetic. That fellow is diabetic. So compassion without awareness is dangerous. Awareness without compassion is useless. Therefore, to be total, this awareness helps us to be free from half of ego. Compassion will take away the other half of the ego. Then you will be totally egoless. Egolessness is not knowledge. Egolessness is not simple awareness. Egolessness is not an expression. Egolessness is awareness along with compassion. Both of them, one complements the other. That's what is really required. Now, my friends, we also think, I can tell you one day, some people were speaking in the presence of Swami. He started, you are omniscient, you are omnipresent, you are omnipotent. Swami said, bus. You are not a gas filling station. You are not just, Swami, you are omnipresent, you are your brain, you are... Bas, enough. Why? We limit to our expression. But God is beyond expression. When you want to express meaning, gone. He is beyond expression and beyond our thought. Then, my friends, what is God? He is the source. He is the source. And it goes on to say, Swami further goes on to say, whosoever talks to you is God Himself. Whosoever looks at you, God is looking at you. God is the reality. The other things are just false, untrue, myth. God is the only reality. The one who looks, the one who is looked at, both are divine. Both are equally. Therefore, this is what Baba puts it, constant integrated awareness. Concept integrated awareness, oh, I know. What do you know? What do you mean by concept integrated awareness? Concept integrated meaning only one, not two. Only one, not two. The one who feeds, the one who eats. The one who talks, the one who listens. Everything is one only. That's what is called the reality, the divinity. That's what Swami, he says. Then what happens? When once you know the reality, when once you know the divinity, what happens? How do you know that you have experienced the divinity? Remain silent. So long I am verbal, so long I am vocal, so long I am disturbing, so long I am unsteady. Yes, I am still on the path, if not at the point. We are not at the point, we are on the way. We are going, traveling, but we have not gone to the point. So my friends, a man of understanding, a man of awareness, a man of experience of the reality of God, who is the source, in everyone will remain silent. So do you mean say all silent people are great? No. No, because there are many people who are silent, but their face says they are not silent. Face will tell you whether they are really silent or not. Face will tell you. So much confused. So many folds. Looks not concentrated. Looks, you can easily find out when a person is worried. Face is the index of the mind. So, I am silent, I am blissful, nonsense, please stop it. Tell somebody who is going to accept it. Therefore, my friends, you remain silent when once you are aware. You feel the bliss. You don't say, I am blissful. Some people say, how are you? Oh, very fine. He is not. How are you? Oh, fine. Some people would even say, great. Certainly not. 100%. Therefore, blissful state, bliss is not expression, bliss is an experience. Benediction, blessing is always there. But to feel that benediction, to experience that benediction, one should have the glimpse of bliss within. In the state of silence, in full awareness of life, what it is. Then what is the perspective of that blissful man? Well, what is his way of his handling things? What is his attention? A blissful man, a spiritual man, will focus his attention on the sky but not on the cloud. If you focus your attention on the sky, which is steady, which is uniform, undisturbed, eternal, yes, you are a realized man, you are a man of awareness. So long I think of the clouds, passing clouds, and begin to judge. I am not. Vocally I may say, but reality I am not. Sky is your very being. And then you are at home, as Lord Buddha has said. Many people ask Buddha, Swami, would you tell me about God? You refer any book, Buddha remained silent. Why? Can't he speak? He remained silent whenever a question on God is put to him. He never said yes or no. Why? Yes and no. He can't say, because he is beyond expression. Show him? No. So since I can't say, I can't show him, do you mean say there is no God? Yes, there is. So instead of saying yes and no, he just kept quiet silence. Silence, experiential, existential, actualization of the reality. Experiential knowledge is what the wisdom is, what the true awareness is. But the point is this: I may talk and talk. We may go everywhere. We may do so many things. But it will take every one of us away from the reality. Because reality is here. When once I go there, I am away from the center. When I go still further, I go away from the center. Any movement will take you away from the center of your life. What I mean, the very being. Because the periphery is becoming, center is being. Therefore, let us be there. In that very being, experience that blissful state. Seek, you will miss. Knock, not necessary. That is the topic for today. Next Sunday also, I'll be available to serve you. We'll meet next day, next Sunday, same time. Thank you very much.